Ah!
New day in Varanasi. I am going to meet Mohit at 2 p.m. So now I am going to the tea room to enjoy my coffee and tea for a while before we go meet Mohit. Before I come to India and try to search about the weather, I always thought that Varanasi will also be very hot, but actually the locals were telling me that now it's considered as a winter in Varanasi, so when it becomes nighttime, it becomes so cold. So I wear the long sleeve today. Such a nice view. I grabbed a sandwich and tea before heading out. It was going to be a long day and I had no idea when or if I'd eat again today. Later, I'd meet people who say that eat human flesh. Aghoris.
Namaste, welcome.
Namaste.
Welcome to India.
This is the first Aghori I met in Varanasi. He is known here as the Aghori who hasn't eaten for over 30 years. Honestly, he did look thin and fragile, but he loved talking about his power. As soon as I stepped in, he showed me his collection of bones, telling me that it's giving him power.
Yeah, man and full power. Female, male. Yeah, female. Male, female. Male, female. Yeah, power.
Bones are what remains after life has completely ended. By touching bones, they confront death directly and cross social taboos. That's why many of them believe that bones carry power.
God, Shiva God, Parvati Mata God, Ganesh Ji. Oh. ये पूरा strong, full energy.
After giving me a blessing with a bone, he asked me to stand up and feel my power. He said the bones give him enough power to live without food. I stood up expecting to fear something. I didn't fear any power, but just hunger.
माँ काली को ध्यान करोगी तो माँ काली स्टेट खा रहे हैं ये मदर फुल पावर देखो अपने एनर्जी बॉडी की एनर्जी डिस्चार्ज तुम बहुत कमजोर हो.
Maybe he sensed my doubt. After we sat down again, he held my hand. He said he is transferring his power to me. Did anything happen? Still hungry.
I was most curious about what made you choose the life of an Aghori.
अघोरी गॉड दा फिर एक भाव आता है उसमें.
He says he didn't choose this life, but it was the God that told him to be an Aghori. He told me that at first he used to eat, drink, and smoke, but Shiva told him to not. So now he is having a life of strict asceticism. He lived by relying solely on just water and chai. According to him, the only time he is during Aghori rituals when he eats human meat.
I heard the Aghoris are like thinking death is a different thing than us. Because for us, we fear of the death.
आप लोग मृत्यु के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं? मृत्यु क्या है?
मृत्यु तो कुछ नहीं. हम लोग कहते हैं मृत्यु के बाद की.
He gave me a short and ambiguous answer. Death is true. Body die, Aghori also die. In Aghori belief, most things we care about, such as money, social roles, body, is all considered as illusions. Death, however, is the only thing that cannot be denied. Basically, nothing survives death. Death ends the body and also your identity. And this is why Aghoris believe death is the only truth in this world. I wanted to know more, but he just repeated that at night I will understand everything. The topic came back to eating humans.
हर बॉडी का मांस मुझे खाते हैं, उससे उसकी आत्मा उनके अंदर समाज होता है। समाधि होते होते एकदम आग हो जाएंगे, एकदम पागल हो जाएंगे। हाँ, और मांस मदिरा खाते रहेंगे।
Means that eating human body will make
No.
them more powerful. But I thought Aghoris like think that human body and the meat is the same thing, so they eat. But how does human body make them more powerful?
जानवर में कम होता है और इंसान में पावरफुल होता है। उसके पास दिमाग होता है।
He explained that as a human, eating human body is much more powerful than eating animals. Aghoris believe humans are nothing special. There is no distinction between human and non-human. For Aghoris, eating human flesh isn't just about power, but about erasing the boundary between human and non-human.
Eating?
rice, sabji, Aghori, Indian Aghori.
He asked me if I wanted to have food.
No, I
Indian
don't think
Benjan.
it's good
Indian
for you. Maybe
Benjan.
it's not good for your stomach.
Istam.
But Mohit said no instead, thinking that I might get a food poisoning. He suddenly took out ash and covered his body with it. For Aghoris, ash is a reminder that the body will disappear. Yoga then is how they use the body without becoming attached to it. For someone who says he doesn't eat, his core was surprisingly strong. He really stressed the importance of yoga to me. He never showed up. We waited for about an hour and a half. He was in a deep sleep. His wife also tried to wake him up but failed. But we did get to see his bone collection.
This is not real, I think. But this is real one. This one is real.
By this point, my guide was done. He didn't want to see more Aghoris. He suggested me we can go see the river instead, and it would be so beautiful. I still dragged him to see the next Aghori. We had to cross the river by car to another side of the Ganges. We stopped by a small village in Ramnagar. It was a quiet community of Dalits living peacefully and cheerfully. After enjoying the beautiful atmosphere, we moved on to see another Aghori. This is another friend of Mohit. Mohit brought another friend of him, telling me that it might be dangerous and he is also scared. Finding the place was harder than expected. We kept asking people in the neighborhood, but no one seemed to know the exact location. We wandered around for a long time. Eventually, we made it.
उन्हीं से इनको मिलना
The Aghori asked me if I want to see some magic. He showed me grabbing the fire with his bare hands. It might look like a magic, but it is also a bit of a trick. The ash applied to the hands acts as an insulation, making it possible to move fire without immediate burns. In my previous video, I mentioned that there are 5 types of people who cannot be cremated. Those bodies are released into the river. So when Aghoris find these bodies in the river, they may use them for rituals to eat the flesh or take bones from them.
And now you can hold it. And then after respectfully you can keep it.
This was my first time touching an actual human bone. I could feel it's so sticky. It's because they still contain traces of fat and organic material. By the time we stepped out the third Aghoris place, night has already fallen. I still wanted to see more, the kind of Aghoris I saw through media, the extreme ones. So we went back out looking for another Aghori.
But I did heard something like this that
They ask money. Hello, हम निकल रहे हैं ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना? How much do you have? Tell me.
I only got 2K here and
Okay. Sorry.
is most of them like that?
Not so many Aghori like this.
When we first called, he refused to meet me because I wasn't a famous YouTuber or an influencer. After calling about 5 times, he finally said we could meet, but only if I paid. I decided to proceed anyway. After a long drive, I finally met him by the river. When I arrived, he didn't say anything. Instead, he immediately started some kind of a ritual.
It's mixed with camphor and everything.
एक गोरख की माया बीच में अघोरी नाच माया मरघट खोपड़ी मरघट मसान माँ भूत
I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't fully understand it, but I went along with it. Later, he told me that I had brought some kind of bad spirits with me, and that he had to perform the ritual without asking.
एनी टाइम मेडिटेशन काली माता मंत्र
Then he emphasized the importance of yoga and meditation for my hearse.
Maybe I just want to ask how to not be afraid of death.
सुनो देखो मृत्यु क्या है मृत्यु तो पहले सत्य है ठीक है मृत्यु तो सबका होना है
Death is true. Everybody have to die. When he get born, and when he have to become Aghori, he do some promise. When he started the path of Aghori.
देखो ये कफन है ना
This
शमशान
is
का
kafan. This is from the cremation.
साल में एक दिन बदलते हैं मसान होली में
When he start the path of Aghori, he die. That time he like die.
What he was trying to say was that an Aghori dies once before physical death. When someone chooses the path of an Aghori, they symbolically die. They wear the clothes of the dead and give up their former identity. They even wear a burial shroud, the cloth normally worn by the dead. He also said when Aghoris perform ancestral rituals, they include themselves. In Aghori belief, the old self dies the moment the past begins.
This is from
डेड बॉडी भस्म ठीक है जब जब भोर में आओगे तो हरिचंद घाट पे
See.
After visiting 4 different Aghoris, I could realize that majority of the Aghori videos on YouTube are clearly staged. Some Aghoris perform extreme acts, licking bones or drinking their own urine, often in exchange for money. And it's also true that many YouTubers come looking for exactly that. They ask for more extreme performances, trading with money, something that will get views. Some YouTubers like to label the Aghoris as real or fake, which is missing the point. Locals told me the same thing. They said all of them are real Aghoris, and none of them is fake. Each one simply follows a different path and lives a different way. The problem is not Aghoris, but the way the outsiders choose what they want to see.
थे ना भक्त लोग हमारे
He gave me a rudraksha, a seed believed to carry Shiva's energy. He told me it will protect me from bad things. The next morning, I woke up early and went for the Ganges for yoga. One thing every Aghori emphasized was yoga and meditation. Maybe because for them, they can sit withdraw pain and fear. I don't know if I fully understood their way of life, but even after this trip ended, habit of yoga stayed together with me.
Biology.